Copy quality is highly variable and strongly connected to business performance. To be great, all ads must be noticed and connect the message or brand name with the audience, one measure of which is recall. In addition, advertising can influence an audience to think better about the message or the brand, one measure of which is persuasion. And if it can't do that, the ad should at least be liked. Which Ad Pulled Best is a teaching tool to help companies, agencies, and students learn about the fact-based elements that contribute to great advertising. Here are two commercials from the iconic Lipton Brisk campaign. Which one do you think is better? Why?
Babe Ruth is up. He looks sluggish.
Martin, all he's doing is sweating. I'm not sweating and I'm wearing a turtleneck. You're fired.
Jackson's out to talk to Ruth.
What's wrong, babe?
I was out all night, Reg.
Try this. Lipton Brisk iced tea.
Ah, that's Brisk, baby.
Give it a ride, babe.
Holy cow, what a shot!
Get a case of that stuff for the postseason.
I get asked to do commercials all the time, and I always say the same thing. First, I need some hot chicks. Second, we film at my house, so I ain't gotta go anywhere. Third, I record my own song.
Yo, bring it. Cool, refreshing, nice tea, drink it.
And once I try their products,
I always hate them.
so I bounce.
Damn, that is pretty good.
But I got one final demand.
No, we can't change the name to M&M. Shut up and drink it. Iced tea!
See? That's why I don't do commercials.
The use of celebrities usually attracts above-average attention from viewers, but this does not always contribute to an improved performance. Some of the considerations are that the celebrity should be easily recognizable or well identified. Otherwise, all of the added interest is lost by default. The celebrity should be involved in the product story, or its popularity may easily overwhelm the brand and the advertiser might never register in the viewer's mind. And, whenever possible, commercials should exploit the celebrity's credibility. Both of these ads use claymation versions of their celebrity spokespeople, which is unique and heightens normal interest. But the way they're used differs quite dramatically. The Babe Ruth commercial uses baseball legends who were highly recognizable or at least familiar to most viewers when the commercial aired in 1998. Furthermore, the dialogue includes the players' names, and the Yankee logo clearly appears in several locations, helping aid the identification from the very beginning of the commercial. M&M, though undeniably cool, lacks the mass appeal status of the Yankees' characters, and is only identified through difficult-to-read background signs and references to a Slim Shady alias until the end. Perhaps most importantly, the classic baseball characters have a degree of charm and likability which attracts the audience, while the M&M portrayal mostly doesn't. This negativity goes too far for most people, even among a target audience of young adult males. The Brisk brand team may have had some luck when this commercial ran at the same time as Imported from Detroit, the instant classic from Chrysler. A commercial storyline should be interesting, uncomplicated, and induce the viewer to get involved early and commit to attend to the entire message. The Babe Ruth commercial does this. It is positive, easy to follow with a clear resolution, and has a happy ending. M&M, on the other hand, is all about him, what he wants and doesn't want, and is generally negative in tone. How he dislikes doing commercials, his demands, his temper, and so on. The edginess is part of the appeal, but with the multiple fast cuts and disjointed scene changes, the commercial is hard to follow in one viewing and confuses the viewer. Humor is another element that can increase commercial performance. A fun and enjoyable commercial can aid likability and establish a positive attitude towards the product and its message, but it is most effective when it is related to the product in some way. It's also worth noting that humor is personal, and what is funny to one person might not be to another. Both commercials featured claymation versions of their celebrity spokespeople, which are inherently quirky and entice viewers to watch. However, both incorporate humor into their commercials in drastically different ways. The classically slapstick humor of George Steinbrenner being hit by a bat that flew out of Babe Ruth's hand sets up the story, illustrating how poorly Babe is playing, and then shows how effective the product was in invigorating him after his home run punctured a blimp, sending it spinning. The M&M commercial comes on strong, and it isn't until some humorous and somewhat self-deprecatory vignettes are shown that it becomes evident that the commercial is lampooning its star, obliging to his request for hot chicks with a cast made of clay, responding to his demand to record his own music by putting an executive in the studio to censor the recording, and mocking the types of products he is usually slated to endorse. We've found that a commercial's effectiveness is increased when the product is an integral part of its storyline, and the earlier it is introduced, the better. With Babe Ruth, the product is integrated seamlessly into the commercial storyline as the solution to Babe Ruth's problem, and the product's strong and major presence and excellent brand identification, amplified by the fact that the blue and red can stands out as the only color in the black and white commercial, contribute to the commercial's above-average recall score. In the M&M commercial, the product is not well integrated into the storyline, and the later and muted introduction of the product means that most viewers won't even know what is being advertised until the last 5 seconds. The dialogue, which doesn't include the advertiser or brand name or the well-known tagline, further masks the brand identification, contributing to the poor recall of this commercial. Commercial 1 features baseball legends known among a large audience with a story that does not depend on that familiarity, while Commercial 2 features a rap superstar known within a limited audience and a story that relies on his recognition. Commercial 1 has an easy-to-follow and positive storyline, while Commercial 2 is confusing and negative in tone. The slapstick humor in Commercial 1 sets up the story and highlights the sales point, while the sarcastic humor in Commercial 2 relies on inside knowledge of the celebrity's reputation to understand. Commercial 1 seamlessly integrates the product early on and uses excellent brand identification, while the product is weakly integrated in Commercial 2, introduced late, and uses only visual brand identification. Celebrities should be easily recognizable or well identified, otherwise they lose their added interest. They should be involved in the product story, or their popularity might upstage the product. The storyline should be interesting, uncomplicated, and induce the viewer to get involved and commit to attend to the entire message. Humor, especially if related to the product in some way, can aid likability and establish a positive attitude toward the product and its message. Commercial effectiveness is increased when the product is an integral part of the commercial, and the earlier it is introduced, the better.